feels, we're a little edgy again as we enter a historically bad period. Now, it's usually not that historically bad when we've been this historically good from the beginning of the year through August. So what do you think?
Yeah, I think we're still working through that seasonality, and here's the interesting thing that took my focus on Friday. We had some really great this last Friday. Some really great data, very soft. Jolts was down, ADP finally came in, GDP was revised lower. We had this Goldilocks non-farm payroll report, and the market couldn't really capitalize on that. What actually happened was the bond market traded higher, meaning yields came down. But within the hour after the report, the bond market turned red and has been selling off ever since then. As we saw the odds of a Fed rate cut move from June to May, I wonder if the bonds are pricing in the potential of a reflation in the middle part of next year. And that's something that could be, I wasn't anticipating so much, but I'm watching very closely here. If the bonds continue to sell off, it's going to be a headwind to tech. But I love finding when things are finally getting a little bit out of favor. Like right now, we're sitting here talking about Apple. Everybody's talking about how much Apple's down. There's a big level in Apple about 170. You get a lot of negativity going into it, the Apple iPhone launch, and maybe now we get a rebound in front of it. I think nothing's going to change that tech has had a tremendous year, so 50% the first half of the year. If the rates don't become too much of a headwind, which we've seen tech rally with rates rising, it's just the pace in which they rise. I think we get through this seasonality that you referred to, Judge, and we'll see things get back on track October through December and finish very strongly. That's how I'm looking at it.
I mean, the quote-unquote value people, the ones who are underweight the mega cap names like the two of these people next to you, make the argument that the rest of the market can do just fine. It doesn't need mega cap necessarily, and they don't need to be in or overweight those names.
Well, what we've seen happen is...
Do you agree or disagree with that?
I think in the near term, if you're going to see the Apples and the Magnificent Seven, they're going to sell off. It's going to weigh down the larger indices. But you look at the Dow today, as Josh referred to, you look at the Dow today, and it's hanging positive. And we've leveled out our portfolio. And that's what I did through July. We really took down that 50% tech and 25% semiconductor exposure, took that down, leveled it out to some of the value stocks, put money into energy and healthcare, which I'm sure we'll get to a little bit. But that's where you want to even it out, and then you want to use that cash that you've raised to take advantage of these
it's a defensive kind of day, and that's why, the Dow is clinging to the positive nature.